By Eric Hines, City News Service. Los Angeles may find itself in a worse financial situation than envisioned in the mayor's proposed budget for the next fiscal year due to the COVID-19 pandemic, city officials said Thursday, May 21. According to Chief Legislative Analyst Sharon So, the city's Office of Finance is anticipating 2021 tax revenues will be a minimum of $45 million short of Mayor Eric Garcetti's proposed budget and could fall short by as much as $400 million, depending upon how quickly the economy recovers. There is no doubt that we are going to be facing a difficult fiscal year, Council President Nuri Martinez said. But even in difficult years, this council has delivered by focusing on the most vulnerable communities in our city. As we start the new fiscal year, it is important to keep in mind the people who need us the most right now. Although Los Angeles has been using financial tactics to pay for essential materials to combat the coronavirus pandemic, the lagging economy may not catch up fast enough before the city is forced to further dip into its reserves. Councilman Paul Krikorian, the council's Budget and Finance Committee chair, said that although tax returns for May have not been calculated, the city's sales tax revenues were down 10% in March and 17% in April compared to last year, and the city's hotel tax revenues were down 11% in March and 77% in April. The fear is that this is only going to get worse from here and that we're going to be faced with even more difficult choices, Councilman Bob Blumenfield said. The budget process for Los Angeles will continue through June, as the city looks for ways to brace for the financial effects of COVID-19. The Budget and Finance Committee is planning to meet June 8, 15, 22 and 29 to examine the budget, but Krikorian said it's not possible to examine each department's finances at great length this year. Even if we had considered all of those lengthy hearings that we typically have, the truth is the level of uncertainty over all of the assumptions that we rely on for our budget is greater now than it has ever been, probably in the city's history, Krikorian said. Los Angeles' entire budget is proposed to be about $10.5 billion for the next fiscal year, which begins July 1, with an operating general fund of about $6.6 billion. Los Angeles has already spent $155 million in special fund loans on personal protective equipment and other COVID-19 preventions, but much of those funds could be reimbursed through Federal Emergency Management Agency funds. Much of the funding for loans is coming from the Department of Building and Safety, and those loans have interest attached to them and must be repaid eventually. Another $82 million from various funding sources has been used to cover COVID-19 testing kits, senior meals, small business microloans and other programs.